Congratulations to the awardees. And now in representing them, I would like to invite two couples to share their testimony on how they overcame various challenges. The first couple to share will be Dr. Michael and Mrs. Reiko Jenkins. And the second couple to share will be Mr. Takashi and Mrs. Francois Takenaka.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here as Michael and Reiko Jenkins, and we just wanted to share a little testimony. True Father and True Mother matched us in May of 13th of 1979, and then we were blessed in Madison Square Garden in 1982 in July. We're so happy to have this opportunity to share about our blessing and our couple. When we were matched, it was really a shock. True Father selected many Japanese ladies and stood them up, and suddenly he pointed at Reiko, and then he turned and pointed at me. And it was very special. We both agreed right away that this was heaven's choice. So we went from there and we began our period of courtship, actually, 3 years. And then in 1982 we were blessed, and then Reiko was able to join with me in Baltimore. We started our family. I was reassigned to Detroit, Michigan as a state leader, and then our first child was born there, Jean Jenkins. And then also we moved to Chicago for a new mission after that. I went to IOWC and then to Chicago. And then we had 4 more children. We had another daughter, Mara, and then we had our first son, Mikan, and then also Jessica, who lives in Chicago still, and then also James. And the 3 daughters all have fiancés, will be blessed within the next year. And then 2 sons got blessed already, so we're so grateful for true parents for that. We have 2 grandchildren, 11-year-old boy and a 5-year-old girl. We celebrated her birthday yesterday. So we had to share about our blessing just briefly. I'm so grateful for Reiko, because I feel I found my true partner, my true love, my true wife, and also my mother. And she's also, we're together in heart, and it's become so wonderful. It wasn't simple. When I was traveling with True Parents one time, Father asked me, how's it to be married to a Japanese wife? And I said, Father, it's amazing. It's so wonderful. Reiko helps me with prayer and spiritual life and to really be focused on God's providence. But I also said it's not so simple for East and West to come together. It's very different. And he smiled and he said, be patient and listen to your wife. He also told me that. So that was good advice. And True Mother's always been embracing us, and we learned how to overcome different trials. My family, my parents and family, they didn't understand our faith, and especially it was hard for them with the blessing. My father was in the Navy in World War II in Japan and the South Pacific, so he didn't have a good feeling at first. But Reiko never stopped loving and caring for them, and was, even when they were not nice or whatever, didn't understand, she never changed. She never stopped smiling and loving. And finally it was the grandchildren that really helped them, their hearts got moved. And when my father, in later years, Reiko really served them and attended them, especially for a couple weeks when my father became ill. She really stayed with my mother and really changed everything. So I'm grateful for all of our children, our family, our in-laws now, and all the family coming together. So one thing about my wife, she gives me good guidance about, even when I do well, she encourages me, but also teaches me to be careful, be humble, pray, repent. And then also when I don't do so well, she encourages me and helps me remain strong and clear. So, I experience, and now when she gives me, some guidance or some, of her concern about how I'm doing, I always feel love from it now. I really feel love. In the earlier days, I used to feel a little bit hurt, or, I'd feel a little bit resistant or defensive. But that's changed now. Now I feel that, really the blessing just keeps growing and growing, east and west. So thank you, and I'd like to ask Reiko to share something. Thank you.
Thank you. Just so grateful for this precious blessing that two parents have given to us and our family. When my husband and I was matched at New Yorker in 1979, Father picked us up, and then I heard a voice from heaven that God told me. I never had experience from anything before hearing directly from God, but that time I heard it from God that Heavenly Parents said, I have been raising this son for this time. And I was so moved, and for 3 days after we were matched, I couldn't even taste the food, taste of any food for 3 days. And we had to say bye. And then 3 years we were engaged for that time. But I missed him so much when I went back to my mission in Seattle, and he was in Maryland, Baltimore. And journey started. But of course, coming together in a real marriage life is not just an easy one. Everybody knows that, men and women, and also East and West. Definitely, I have to say the language program and culture in many ways that we had a difference. And I could not be many times good object to him. And I had to be a good mother first, but I don't know if I was. But anyway, we really liked each other, and we did really felt close to each other. So one time, the father, when he came to Ohio in 50 states tour, I could be with my husband for that particular city, and then Father invited me and my husband and I to his table after the event finished in the evening.
Yeah.
So he was so relaxed, and in a very, very small table, we are very close to Father, really close physically, just in front of us. Father was sitting, and he was kind of looking at us, and he said, he talked a few words, and also he talked in Japanese to me.
Wow.
He said, you have to teach divine principle to your family, parents. So I said yes. But then he also said that love is mysterious. The word that he said, we know that Father knows that the international blessing is not the easy one. He knows the challenge. He knows it is very much like a gambling that Father had to just do it for God's providence. But he was looking at us and so curious, how we're doing. And I felt like, wow, actually, Father feels we love each other. So I felt very good about it when he said that. But I'm just so grateful. Then we could say to Father then that we are so grateful to our blessing.
Yes.
So I am so grateful. We overcome a lot together. And here we are. And I'm just so grateful for my husband and I, but also our children. We are really grateful for this blessing. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. We could give this a chance to share with all brothers and sisters. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was born in small village in Japan, and I never met foreigners until I became a teenager. After joining the unification movement, I had a chance to come to America, and I could associate with brothers and sisters from all over the world. My desire became to be blessed with the Western system. So I was happy when True Father matched me with the French system. It is interesting that I felt she resembled my mother. So I felt comfortable. After starting our family, we did experience some challenge because of our extreme difference. But fortunately, we believe in God and we received a lot of guidance from true parents and elders. So step by step, we came to understand each other and we continue to grow together. I'm so grateful now for our blessing. And I am going to be focused to become a good listener. I had the opportunity to be with the true Father and to give him a report. You know how busy he is. I was so moved by the way he listened to me even for the small report. I feel the key for our success blessed life is for me to become a good listener. Now I want to introduce my beloved wife, Françoise.
I was born in a small city in the central part of France, and I grew up in a very nice family from a Catholic background, and since young I was thinking I'd like to do something for God, and I felt some calling. I was thinking maybe I should become a missionary, and so I always thought about how can I really become closer to God. But I met the unification movement, and when I studied the divine principle, I was amazed about this concept about the blessed family. Now it was not just a single relationship with God, but it was experiencing God through the family. And I really felt, yes, that's what I want. I really want to not to have just a horizontal relationship with my spouse, but I want a partnership with God. And I was very excited about this concept. And I was able to come to America. And I was matched to my husband, Japanese husband. When I was a student in Paris, I used to have friends from different countries. Actually, I was proud of that. I had some Japanese and African friends, and I remember we would walk in the street of Paris together, and I felt proud of. So I think God really prepared me already for international marriage. But anyway, when Father Moon matched us, he asked a volunteer to match between Japanese and Western, and I volunteer. Of course, later on I discovered our cultures are different and it takes some effort, but I realized it expands the mind and it expands my heart. I really feel that I can grow my character through having a spouse from a different nationality and different culture, even different religious background. I feel challenged, but as I overcome, I think I become a bigger person, better person that I would have been if I just stayed in my small city of France and maybe married with a Catholic husband, Catholic French husband. So I appreciate that, and especially I really want to help for world peace, and I'm grateful for this aspect of my husband. He also really wants to contribute for world peace. He really wants to do something. He has passion for that. So beyond our differences, our common goal really are uniting us, and I hope that our children can inherit that spirit and also want to become a world citizen, and we can share that with many other couples. So truly I'm grateful for our blessing, and we have still a long way to go, but I feel that I became closer to God through this blessing. Thank you.
Thank you so much to the Jenkins and the Takenaka couple for sharing your testimony. It was really heart-moving to hear that despite every challenge, they really were able to overcome it with love, a love that came from God and true parents.